New EU tariffs on Chinese electric cars are shaking up the global auto market, impacting prices and competition for buyers everywhere. Europe is shaking up the global electric vehicle market with a bold move. The European Union has imposed new tariffs on Chinese-made electric cars, a decision set to significantly impact car prices for buyers across the continent. This isn't just about trade, it's about the future of affordable electric mobility and the intensifying competition to build the next generation of vehicles. These duties, which can reach as high as 45% for some manufacturers, are fundamentally altering the competitive landscape, creating a ripple effect for consumers and car makers worldwide. The tension is palpable between two of the world's largest economic powers. So why is the EU taking such a drastic step? The European Commission began investigating Chinese EV subsidies in October 2023, concluding that these subsidies gave Chinese car makers an unfair competitive advantage. This allowed them to produce EVs at a significantly lower cost, estimated to be between 20 to 35% cheaper for battery manufacturing in China compared to Europe. As a result, Chinese-made EVs, like those from BYD and SAIC Motor, saw their market share in Europe surge from just 1% in 2019 to about 15% by mid-2024. The tariffs aim to level the playing field for European manufacturers, giving them time to adapt to the rapidly evolving EV market. The tariffs themselves are substantial. On top of the existing 10% import duty, the EU added countervailing duties ranging from 7.8% for companies like Tesla, who produce in China, to a staggering 35.3% for others, such as SAIC Motor. This means some Chinese EVs could face a total tariff exceeding 45%. However, a significant recent development is emerging. To potentially avoid these hefty duties, car makers can enter into a price undertaking with the EU. This involves agreeing to sell their vehicles at a minimum price and adhere to import quotas. Just this week, Volkswagen's Cupra Tavascan, manufactured in China, became the first model to be exempted from these additional tariffs by agreeing to such terms. This signals a potential new path for circumventing the tariffs. The economic implications are far-reaching. For European consumers, the tariffs are expected to raise the final price of Chinese electric vehicles, potentially making them less affordable. While some Chinese manufacturers might absorb part of the cost to maintain market share, the significant price gap means buyers could still see increases. In 2023, an average Chinese battery EV was 37.4% cheaper than an average EU-produced model. This could disproportionately affect price-sensitive buyers looking for more affordable EV options. China has condemned the tariffs as unfair and responded with its own retaliatory measures, launching counter-probes into EU products like brandy and pork. This tit-for-tat dynamic creates uncertainty for many industries reliant on EU-China trade. Beyond price impacts, these tariffs are fundamentally reshaping the global auto market. Chinese car makers are not sitting idly by. Many are now exploring strategies to establish manufacturing plants directly within Europe, effectively circumventing the tariffs entirely. For example, Chinese auto giant Geely is in talks to potentially utilize a Ford factory in Europe to assemble its EVs. This shift towards local-for-local production could transform Europe into a manufacturing hub for Chinese brands. This move also highlights the ongoing challenge of EV affordability. While global battery prices fell over 25% in 2024, contributing to lower EV manufacturing costs, tariffs could offset these savings for European consumers. The push for accessible electric vehicles remains a crucial global goal, but trade policies are adding new layers of complexity. Ultimately, the EU tariffs on Chinese electric vehicles mark a pivotal moment in global trade. They underscore the escalating competition in the rapidly growing EV sector and the tension between protecting domestic industries and fostering open markets. While immediate impacts include potential price hikes and shifts in manufacturing strategies, the long-term consequences will shape how quickly we transition to electric mobility, influencing both innovation and the everyday affordability of these crucial vehicles. The global auto market is navigating a complex road where trade policy and technological advancement collide.
This is GeeseFinance.